Yo, what up? What's going on, good people? What's the deal? Happy Thursday. What's going on? Peace and love. Happy, thankful, thriving, and therapeutic Thursday. Now, man, it is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Almost the end of another week. Rolling right along. Move this device down right there. Wipe this screen off one more time, this lens. And hold on 1 second. And now we are live. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, family, peace and love. Happy Thursday, happy, thankful, thriving, and therapeutic Thursday. Back again with another episode of SRDaily. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston, and we are here again. Still got some sniffles. Got to blow my nose when the show is done. But we are getting stronger. No back pain. I had some neck pain, right? It is pretty much all gone. I can move my neck with no problem. Yeah, man, I haven't been able to work out in a couple of weeks. It's been crazy since turning 41, right? It's been a little I gotta clean this laptop. But yeah, it's been a little crazy since turning 41, man. Pulled a muscle. Two muscles in my back. Oh man, had some sinus stuff happening, man. Just eating too much, right? Yeah, then some neck pain last couple of days, man. Right, still like, but it's a lot better. I was able to sleep. I was able to turn over and roll in my sleep and all of that stuff without right? So yeah, grateful. Eddie Kruger, what's going on? E Boogie Mania, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, that's what's been happening. 41 came with some surprises, came with some unexpected surprises. But we are a month since, and like I said, it's been a tough 3 weeks. But we are feeling a lot better today, physically a lot better, mentally and emotionally a lot better. Yesterday was tough. I didn't even get to really post about my sisters. Life was happening, and I was just trying to manage life, man, trying to manage my emotions. Yeah, but it was definitely a tough day. I kept some emotions inside. I let some out, right? You guys seen I let some out, but I was able to keep most of it in. Yeah, I think yesterday wrote a little bit of poetry, but pretty chill day. Another day. We're going to get the show started. Please hit that share button, share this live with a few of your people, 5 to 10 of your good people who may be interested in tuning in, who may enjoy the content. If you enjoy the content, don't keep the content to yourself. Spread the love, yo. And we are going to start with our first segment. My brother Kruger is on, and we are starting with Word of the Day. Today's first segment is a Word of the Day. Yo, Frankie, what's going on? Frankie63, peace and love. Thanks for tuning in. Starting with our first segment, Word of the Day. Today's Word of the Day, building off yesterday, right? Yesterday's tip, and yesterday was about like not holding grudges, right? So today's Word of the Day is regret. Regret is not I've spoken about it, but it's not a word I actually defined on the show yet. Regret is defined as a feeling of sadness, repentance, or disappointment over something that has happened or been done, especially a loss or missed opportunity. To feel sorry about a situation, especially something sad or wrong, or a mistake that you have made, Now, this is why this word is so powerful, because a lot of times people will tell you not to do something because you'll regret it, right? Which is factual, right? Like stealing from a store, you get caught, you regret it, right? Like freaking like hitting somebody in the head, they die or get hurt and sue you, you're gonna regret it, right? Like gambling, your rent money, thinking you could win, you may lose, you got no rent. Depending on where you at, depending on how many times you may have to get kicked out, right? Like, don't do it. You may regret it. Valid. There are some things that we will do that we wish we didn't do. Talking bad about somebody, right? Like so many different things, disrespecting our parents, right? Like coming in late, breaking curfew. You got a curfew, right? It's Thursday. You got a curfew throughout the week, Monday through Thursday. You got a curfew. You a teenager. You got to be inside by 9 o'clock, right? Be inside by 9 o'clock so you can get all the stuff done for tomorrow. Cool. You want to do something on Saturday. You got plans for Saturday. You got great plans to go with your friends on this trip. Saturday and Sunday, parents gave you permission. They gave you money for it. Everything is lit. But Thursday, because you don't have foresight, something is going on Thursday, right? You break curfew. You break curfew. Don't break curfew. Keep curfew because you got to stay in good accordance when you want things later, right? So you break curfew, not thinking, not having the foresight. Your parents upset. You come in not just at 10 o'clock, you come in at 12 a.m., 12:30 in the morning, you come in. You was out, you lost track of time. It was this celebration, and that's going on. It don't matter. You broke curfew. Now, Saturday's plans is out. Don't break curfew. You might regret it. You will regret it, right? Even if you regret just like whatever it is, you're going to regret it, man. So there are things absolutely that we do that we will regret. However, there are so many more things that we don't do that we regret. We regret not taking the opportunity. We regret not telling the people that we love them when they die, or we regret not treating a person a certain way and now they're gone and we wish we had them back, right? These are things that we regret. You regret not talking to that girl, not talking to that guy when you was in high school, when you was in college. You regret not starting that business when you was 20, 21, 22 because you thought your friends would laugh at you for wanting to go into your own business and everybody was getting high quality jobs and you going to regret it. Those are the regrets, right? Those are the regrets, the mistake that you have made, something that you should have done. Mistakes is not only things that we did that's a mistake. Mistakes is things that we didn't do that we should have done. Then that was a mistake. I should have took advantage of the opportunity. Right? Like I really don't. I mean, I do have some regrets. I'm not gonna lie. I've learned to live with them. Right? As Jay-Z's song. Jay-Z's had the song. You gotta learn to live with regrets. Regrets. You gotta learn to live with regrets. 100%. So I got some regrets. One of my regrets, number one, I regret, and it was. I mean, I could have probably forced it, but I regret not being there, not seeing my dad before he passed. Right? I know I was 11 and he was sick and lost a lot of weight, and it was his call. He didn't want me and my nephew Kendall to see him like that. Right? Pretty much they said he was a shell of himself, went from a 190, 200-pound man to said barely 100 pounds. Right? He didn't want us to see him like that, sunken in and all of the stuff, and I get it, but that's a regret. And I regret not hugging him longer the last time I saw him. Right? I regret not hugging him longer the last time I saw him. He wanted to hug me longer. I wanted to go play. He dropped us off. We went to eat. I graduated. Me, him, and my homeboy Junior went to go eat. Afterwards, he dropped us off in Queensbridge. He was going to work, but he was hugging me. Yo, I'm going over here. I'll see you later. So I don't know if he knew he was. Well, he did know. He knew he had cancer at the time, right? I think he knew it was getting worse because that was June 26th, June 28th. That was the end of June. He was dead by the middle of August, so a month and a half later, he was gone. All right. So that's a regret. I regret not taking advantage of an opportunity when I think I was 17, 18. I got into the Cutco, selling the knives. All right. The marketing, I was talking to I made appointments. I should have made more appointments, but I was impatient. I was in network marketing then, 17, 18 years old. I got into network marketing. Should have took more advantage of it. I regret not freaking staying consistent with videography when I first got into it. I created freaking 400 or something videos in the first year after changing my life. Right? Like I was filming everything all the time. I always had my camera with me. I regret not keeping it going. I started creating skits. And I stopped. Because somebody in my family told me that, it wasn't making no money. I got monetized on YouTube in 2010 on my old YouTube channel. Imagine I would have kept that up, right? I had 300 subscribers then, monetized. I got like a $40-something check from YouTube. Imagine I would have kept it up. Regrets. Something I didn't do. Not what I did, right? I regret some things I did, some ways I spoke about my mom. I regret, some actions I did, like I hurt people. I shot a gun and hurt people. Some regrets, things that I've done, absolutely. Way more regret for the things that I didn't do, right? And that regret is painful because you can't go back. You can't go back. You can't go back. You can't go back. You can't. As much as you wish you could, As much as in your mind you could go back and replay it and try to communicate with the person's spirit if they're still alive, or if it's related to a person, but it was an opportunity, there's no going back. You can imagine all you day, or you can imagine all you want all day, but the reality is that you're here now. You got to live with the decisions that you make, the things that you did and the things that you didn't do, right? So yeah, that's the word of the day, regrets, right? Yeah. Things that you've done, yeah, regrets are very real. You got to learn to live with them, right? And all of that good stuff. But let's move right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, our Need to Know News of the day. Today's Need to Know News, there was a tragedy here in Astoria 2 days ago. Absolute tragedy. I saw the video. It is absolutely disheartening. The police shot and killed a mentally ill man right here up the block from my house. When I watched the video, I'm like, I know where that's at. Then the article said Corona. I'm like, this is not Corona, this is Astoria. But like, okay, I guess, I could be mistaken. But yeah, it's right on 30th Avenue, right at the N train. Not in the train station, but right at the check cashing place, right outside of the N train. Right up the block from my house. Right, there is it was last night. There was a vigil last night for him. There was a demonstration yesterday, right? But yeah, let's read this article, right? He had a knife. He did have a knife. You see the video. He got this long ass knife. But let's watch the video. And let's talk about it. Police fatally shoot knife-wielding man in Astoria. A 61-year-old man who was allegedly wielding a knife was shot and killed by police officers early Monday morning in Astoria. So 3 days ago. I saw it 2 days ago. No, I saw it. Today's Thursday. Yeah, I saw it Tuesday, Monday afternoon. I don't remember. Anyway, the shooting took place on the corner of 31st Street and 30th Avenue after officers responded to 3 separate 911 calls of a man with a knife causing a disturbance, the NYPD said. Officers claimed that the man, who had a history of mental illness, was in the midst of a mental health crisis during the incident and ignored multiple orders from the cops to drop the knife. Officers claimed that the man, who had a history of mental illness, so he had a history, they know his history. They claimed that this man was in the midst of a mental health crisis during the incident and ignored multiple orders from the cops to drop the knife. He's in a mental health crisis. Of course he's going to ignore the freaking orders to drop the fucking knife. Anytime the NYPD interacts with someone in mental stress, we attempt to slow down and de-escalate the situation with the ultimate goal of getting the person the help they need. NYPD Chief of Department John Shell said during a press conference a few hours after the shooting. However, during fast-moving and hectic situations with an armed person, they are forced to defend themselves. They could have shot him. He wasn't in their face. He wasn't about to stab one of them. They could have shot him in his leg if they had to shoot him. Right, and this goes back to NYPD officers. Police officers should be trained in martial arts because, yes, he got a knife. I understand the danger. I understand it was a big knife. I could understand. And clearly I wasn't in that situation where I'm a police officer with a gun and a guy with a knife is across the street, right? I'm not in that situation, so I don't know what I would do. But I know that I've tried to take knives from people, and I learned how to fight in the streets. I'm not trained, right? I was younger, obviously, so a little quicker, but I've been able to take knives from people. Right, not a big knife like that, maybe, right? But yeah, I don't know. I just believe that they could have done something different. I don't think that he had to die. I believe that they could have shot him in his legs. They could have shot him in his arm, right? Like, you're trained to shoot. You in the shooting range all the time. You can shoot him in the arm. He got the knife in. Boom, he drops the knife, right? Like, we see it, yes, in movies, but like, you're trained to shoot. You're at the shooting range. A lot of you have great freaking aim. You're great shots. Shoot him in the freaking in the arm with the knife, make the knife drop. Oh, snap, knife drop, boom. Simple as that. You don't have to kill a guy. Shell said responding officers found the man, who has not yet been publicly named, walking around the area carrying a 14-inch knife, a huge knife. The officers tased the man several times, but they seemed to have little to no effect. According to Shell, the officers ordered the man to drop the knife, but he ignored them and eventually lunged at the officers, at which point they opened fire. He did not lunge at the officers. He was across the street. They was in the street. I seen the video. He did not lunge at the officers when they shot him. I seen it. According to police, the 61-year-old had 2 documented incidents of mental disorders with the NYPD. The NYPD said the entire incident was recorded on policy, body-worn cameras, and surveillance cameras from the nearby commercial buildings. Videos of the encounter have surfaced on news sites and social media showing officers with either pistols or tasers drawn, pursuing a man holding what appears to be a knife while quickly walking away from them. The NYPD has not said how many times the man was shot, but evidence markers placed near shell casings after the shooting indicate at least a dozen bullets were fired. Why the fuck do it take 4 or 5 cops to shoot 12 shots with a man with a knife, 61 years old? In a joint statement released the same morning of the shooting, Councilmember Tiffany Caban, State Senator Kristen Gonzalez, Assemblymember Zoran Mamdani, and Assemblymember Jessica Gonzalez Rojas said Monday's shooting is emblematic of a growing mental health crisis and a police force unable to handle it. As we await more details, here are things we know. There are glaring gaps in our city's mental health infrastructure, they said. There are glaring gaps in our city's emergency response infrastructure, particularly as it relates to New Yorkers with mental illness. Our community is reeling and our hearts are broken. This is not true public safety. The situation is still under active investigation and the identities of the men and officers involved have not yet been released. It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. I am absolutely pissed off. I am fucking angry. I saw the video. Up the block from my house. Up the block from my house. They killed him. They killed him. Absolutely fucking insane. Happy Thankful Thursday, Mona Love, my baby. Peace and love. Yeah, we need to do something about it. As a society, we need to do more. Like, I think more of us need to be trained. I said it before. How to respond to mental health crises if we are in a situation, because we could be in a situation, right, where somebody around us could be having a crisis and have a weapon, and we need to know how to respond, how to speak to them, what are some catchphrases, right? I think more of us should be trained in martial arts. I should be trained in martial arts. I need to get myself in shape, get into some martial arts, right? Because these situations are real. Like I said, it's real. It's real. My boy told me a situation a couple of months ago. He had to fight a guy with a mental illness, a guy who was naked. Guy was naked, bothering people. Followed them. He had to, he put his clothes on, but ended up following my boy, right? And they had to fight in the train station. Thankfully, the guy didn't have a knife and stabbed my boy, right? Could have, there are a lot of people with mental health issues right now in the world, and a lot of them are right here in New York, right? There are a lot of people in New York City who are having mental health crises, they're not doing well mentally. Yo, Plant Rich Life, what's going on, sister? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, that got me a little, and I'm tight. I had some stuff last night to do, so I couldn't make it. But I had I would have loved to go. It was a grief circle yesterday. And you guys know that is my work. Yeah, I'm a little, all right. I'm real sensitive to stuff like this, guys. I'm real sensitive to stuff like this. And even though it's happened so much, and even though I've been around it so much, whether it's just, community members murdering each other or police officers murdering somebody, I've seen so many situations. I've been part of so many different demonstrations and protests, and man, it's a lot. And then it makes me think about my little brother who has some mental health challenges, right? Like, if he gets caught up in a situation and someone calls the cops, and he, it's very bad, very bad, very, very bad. So it's in to just we just want to take a moment of silence for the gentleman who lost his life. Send his spirit some love. Damn. Yeah. Let's move right along, folks, to our third segment of the day. Our tip of the day. And even though I just was mentioning the murder that I saw on social media, heard about on social media, Today's tip is to unsubscribe from the freaking drama. Unsubscribe from the drama. And that's really only if you don't want that in your life. If you want the drama in your life and you're perfectly comfortable with the drama in your life, then for sure, stay subscribed to all the drama, and then don't complain about the headaches. Don't complain about the mental health challenges. Don't complain about the low vibrational feelings and emotions that you experience and the intrusive thoughts. Don't complain about that if you're going to stay subscribed to the drama. Unsubscribe from the drama. If you want peace, unsubscribe from the drama, right? Like, I found myself checking emails, right? Emails all day from new subscriptions. I signed up for these subscriptions, whether it was SRDaily, whether it was Daily News, or I signed up to a couple of different news stations, news subscriptions, right? The Good News Network, that's by far the best one. That's the Good News Network, right? So, but the drama, I signed up for news stations, and news updates, so I can get content for this show, right? Sign up, I get the updates from these different news stations, news channels. I can read and see what's going on. I can talk about it on the show. But I find that most updates is violence related, right? Whether it's a shooting, a stabbing, a freaking rape, a robbery, something violent, right? Something violent, somebody getting hurt in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I'm like, I'm unsubscribing for this bullshit. I unsubscribed from like 2 already in the last day or so. I'm gonna unsubscribe from some more. Once they come up, I'm clicking unsubscribe. I'm unsubscribing from Patch. I love Patch. I've been on Patch. I've been on the cover of Patch, right? Like a bunch of times, right? Patch, when I was going to run for city council back in 2020, Patch did an article on me. When I did the hunger strike, Patch did 2 articles on me, right? Like I had an separate article in Patch. Like I fuck with Patch and the reporters there. But I'm noticing that stuff is becoming more and more violent, right? Like the updates from Patch is becoming more and more violent. The updates from Daily News is more and more violent. The updates from Inside are fucking violent. It's violence. I'm unsubscribing from these shits, right? Like, why are babies being born and people getting married not news, right? Why is that not news? Why is it not news for people who are overcoming health challenges? That's news. Why is it not news people who are losing a bunch of weight? People are getting healthier. Why is that not news? People will read good news. People do pay attention to good news. Yeah, maybe you might not get 10 million people talking about it, right? But you might get 2 million. That got to be good. Like 2 million people, 500,000 people paying attention to good news has to be better than 10 million people paying attention to bad news. If you care about the people. If you don't care about the people, you only care about the views, you only care about the potential money, you only care about those things, then I get it. But still, positivity sells, man. Like positivity sells. It does. Nobody can tell me different. Positivity sells. I am positive. I get way more love when I share my positive shit. I mean, I don't really share anything negative, right? Like I might share challenges and I get love, but like people love positivity, man. People will watch positive content. People will read positive articles, right? Like why is folks opening up new businesses, not news? Why? Like we need more positive news. We need more positive media. We need more positive vibrations. And I'm committed to eliminating negative media from popping up on my phone and in my feed. And I hope you are too. And in the same breath, because I don't just complain about the issue. I strive to create solutions. And so we have an outlet. I have a website. I have this StreamYard, and we got these platforms. We go live on and do SRDaily, right? I'm committed to putting out positive media because the world needs more positive media. We do, like all of us, right? Like, so bad. Like I find like family, people I love and care about talk about depressed they are and anxiety they have, and they got the fucking news on all day. They got these drama TV shows on it. They watch Jerry Springer for 30 years, then they watch Steve Wilkos, then they watch this other show, then they watch this other show, then this other drama show. This drama, and I get it. You can get caught up in it. You can look forward to it. When you don't want to pay attention to what's going on in your life, when you got drama in your life, it's easy to pay attention to the drama going on in the lives of others, which is why so many people love watching Real Housewives and loving hip hop and all of those things, because they got drama in their life. When I was watching I never watched Love and Hip Hop, but when I was watching The Flavor of Love and I Love New York or whatever those shows was, New York, whatever that the reality shows was, I had drama in my life. I was in prison, and then I came out of prison, and I was hustling, and I had drama. Still drama. No, cut the drama out your life. Commit to it. Commit to being healthier. Commit to having healthier experiences. right? And healthier freaking vibrations, higher vibrations. But let's move right along, folks, to our fourth and final segment before we get out of here and wrap this show up. Build of the day. Today's build, being in alignment, is essential. Mind, heart, and spiritual alignment is absolutely essential. Mind, heart, spirit alignment is absolutely essential. Sometimes your mind may want to do something and your heart and or spirit doesn't want to do it. You shouldn't do it. Sometimes your heart may want to do something, but your mind and your spirit doesn't want to do it. Sometimes you may feel opposed to something, but your mind is telling you no. Your heart is like, you shouldn't do it. Right? Alignment, at one. We should only make moves and decisions when we are at one. When we are at one, when our mind, our heart, and our spirit are at one. When we are aligned, that is when we should make the decisions. That is when we should push forward, right? When we are 100% in alignment, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Other than that, you're going to have some hang up. You're going to have some pushback, right? From one part of yourself, like, no, I shouldn't have did that. Your mind is going to be like racked, right? You're going to be racking your mind, trying to grasp understanding of something that your spirit told you not to do, right? But by all means, pay most attention to your spirit, because your spirit, those are your spidey senses, right? So like those are your spidey senses. And a lot of times, because we are conditioned in this world, right, by society, by culture, religion, right, like education system, we are conditioned. And so like, when we don't have this understanding, we should have this understanding. We should teach this to our children. But this is why meditation is important, because your spirit may, like your heart may not want something. Your mind may be like, nah. For example, like I'm gonna be honest, right? Like getting married. When I was gonna get married, a few weeks before getting married, right, my heart was like, "Ooh, this is a lot." My mind was like, "Yeah, this is too much," right? But my spirit was like, "Keep going." And I had a conversation with my ex-wife before we got married. We were already engaged. I proposed to her already, and we had a conversation. And the conversation was like, "Yo, I don't think we should do this," or "I don't want to do this. I don't think I really want to do this." And right, it was a conversation. It was an emotional conversation, but it was a very honest conversation. And literally, I sat and listened to my spirit. And spirit said, "Keep going." And I'm grateful I did. Right, although the situation went how it went, and there's a lot of remnants of that situation still right now. I would not have my daughter, right, Usha. I would not be as connected as I am to my son Samir. All right. Certain things would not have happened the way they have happened. And I follow my spirit, right? My mind said one thing, my heart was kind of in agreement with my mind, right? Like, and my heart was kind of torn, because my heart was in agreement with my mind, but my heart was like, yo, this person could use some love. But I realized that that's not the reason to love somebody. It's not the reason to want to be with somebody. It's because they could use a little love. They've been through a tough time. It could be a reason to show some love, but not to commit to a relationship, right? Like if you don't feel that. But, life happens. We only know what we feel when we feel it, and we only know some of the wisdom in hindsight, right? But yeah, like my spirit was like, go, and so I went. And sometimes you're going to do that. Sometimes your heart and mind is not going to be there in your spirit. If anything, you're going to listen to your spirit more than you listen to your mind and your heart. But the goal is to have them be in alignment, to have them be one, to have everything be in sync, to have the thought of a thing be blissful, the feeling of a thing be peaceful, and the knowing of a thing be right, right? Like, so yeah, man, right? Like get in alignment, meditate. Ask the questions. What should I do in this situation? What should I do now? Which direction should I take? Ask the questions. Ask in prayer. Where should I go? What should I do? How should I move? Right? Like, and see what says what, right? And strive to be in harmony with self. That is the goal. That is the mission, to be in harmony with self. And if you cannot get in harmony with self, I would just encourage to listen to your spirit more than you listen to your heart and your mind, right? And understand that sometimes you're going to lead to, like, it's going to be some trouble. There's going to be some pain. There's going to be some darkness. But, like, trust your spirit. Trust where God is taking you. Trust where the divine is taking you. Trust where the universe is taking you. Trust where you are being pushed to, where you are being forced to. Trust that. Trust that energy that is guiding you, that has always guided you, that led you here to the person you are today, the person who you love today, right? Like, trust that energy. It's sacred, it is powerful, it is divine, and it is you. It is you leading you, all right? So, yeah, that's it. That's the show for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marson. This is episode 347 of SR Daily. Please do join us right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Friday, April 18th. 2025 as we close out week 70 here on SR Daily. 70 weeks, 348 episodes. Tomorrow is going to be a wrap. We'll be moving into another week, moving in closer to episode 350, which is just halfway there to the next milestone, episode 400, which is freaking epic. Like, it's epic, it's epic, it's epic. So that's 10 more weeks. All right, after next week, 10 more weeks, right? It's 5 episodes a week. So, yeah, but we getting there slowly but surely. See you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love. Later, guys. See you guys tomorrow.